Yo, what is going on, gamers? It is your boy Chris here, aka Chris That Gamer. Today, guys, I'm bringing you a brand new series here today on my channel. We're going to be doing an in-depth series of every single hero in Overwatch, so you guys can be playing that hero to your best abilities. We're going to be getting a huge update in Overwatch very soon, which is going to be adding in competitive, and it's going to be nerfing some overpowered heroes as well. So if some of these numbers change, I will let you guys know down below in the description. But without further ado, let's get straight on into episode 1. We're going to be looking at the Junkrat. Basic HP that Junkrat has is 200, which is basically pretty much fine. You do got to know that this is a defensive character, so he's not going to be having some insane amount of health like your tanks, but you just got to know to play a role. You're playing defensive, you do not need to be running around playing offensive, and the best way how I like to play him is just to linger around the objective and literally throw down some shots onto my opponents. So his main weapon is a Frag Launcher. It literally shoots frag grenades, which is absolutely mind-blowing. It has 5 ammunition in the clip, and the reload time is 1.5 seconds. Now, the reload time is something that always catches me. That's the reason why you have to understand that this is a defensive character. That reload time might not seem like it's a long time, but it is. The fact that he has to like flick his gun up to reload it, it really puts a hard time onto you, and I've died so many times because I'm trying to hurry up and reload and people are catching me while I'm trying to reload. But the Frag Launcher does damage. It does some crazy damage. It does 120 damage on a direct hit. So if someone's super close, so you're just spraying the doorway, you are literally going to get 120 damage to that player. But if you're just doing splash damage, it's going to do up to 80, and then it's going to go down to like 40 splash damage. So you just got to be really lucky. Hopefully you're hitting those. And what I like to do is someone's far away, I like to shoot the ground, and hopefully when that frag grenade bounces up, it either hits them in the face or the splash damage actually gets them as well. The next thing that the Junkrat has is a concussion mine, and then he has a steel trap. Now, the meta that's going around with the Junkrat is you put the steel trap in different choke points on the map, places that you know the opponents are gonna have to somewhat go to, and then as soon as it traps somebody, it tells you on your map. It literally says trapped, and you can see your steel trap is actually closed now, and people also put their concussion mine on top of the trap. So as soon as someone gets trapped, they explode the concussion mine, and boom, you get yourself an easy kill, and it really didn't even take that much time. So let's go ahead and talk about the concussion mine. The cooldown for the concussion mine is 8 seconds. It does up to 120 damage, but it's not self damage. But it still does a lot of damage. When people are running after me and they're trying to kill me, and basically I'm trying to back up, because like I said before, this is a defensive character. I'm not seriously trying to push people. I'll throw down my steel trap and literally just throw a concussion mine in their face and get the kill every single time, because as soon as they get on top of that steel trap, they're trapped for a couple seconds, which is absolutely amazing. So the cooldown for the steel trap is 10 seconds. It does up to 80 damage, and it basically traps somebody for 3 seconds in place. Enemies can still use their abilities, but they cannot move, which is why I feel as if the steel trap is still good. I don't think a lot of people know that they can still use their abilities. Every single time I trap somebody with the steel trap, they're just standing there. They're trying to, I guess, move, and they're not focusing that, wait, they can still shoot me. They can still use their abilities. A lot of people really aren't understanding that. So if we're looking towards Junkrat's passive ability, he has the total mayhem. Basically, when the Junkrat dies, he drops several live grenades, which is basically a total of 5 grenades, and it does up to 300 damage. Each of these grenades does up to 60 damage, and when you count up all 5 of those grenades, it can do up to 300 damage, like I said before. And then the ultimate for the Junkrat is the Rip Tire. I absolutely love this thing. This thing does so much damage, and it absolutely is a beast. Now, the cast time for the Rip Tire is 1 second. It has a duration of 10 seconds, and it does up to 600 damage. Now, the actual tire hit points itself only has HP of 100, which is pretty crazy. When I'm using it, not that many people try to fire at it, which is bad on their hands. They really need to understand that they can be shooting at this Rip Tire, but the Rip Tire does come with some very bad cons. When you're using it, you're making your homie the Junkrat very vulnerable, and as well, this Rip Tire cannot do any damage to your teammates, but you can kill yourself with this thing. I've done that so many times where I'm using it and forgetting that my Junkrat is vulnerable to his own Rip Tire. you can kill yourself. So that's something that you definitely want to be thinking about, and it can be shot at by enemies, but like I said before, not that many people shoot at it. Obviously, since the game is evolving, more people are going to start catching on that they can move inside the steel trap and that they can also shoot at the rip tire. It's just something that you guys need to think. And obviously, when you are using the Junkrat, you need to understand that you do not need to be maining with the same character for the whole game. If your teammates are getting pushed back, it's probably not the best idea to use the Junkrat because he can't do the best damage, and obviously he doesn't have the most hit points than other tanks in the game. So you do need to understand that sometimes it's good to switch through heroes so you can give your teammates more support. But at the end of the day, when you are using the Junkrat, you need to understand that this is a defensive hero and you need to be running around trying to help out your team and playing that defensive role. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, if you guys did, make sure to show some support down below. And as always, it's BB Chris here, aka Chris the Gamer. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.